What's up, my amazing, wonderful, beautiful diamonds? It's your boy Doc Reid back out here one more again, ready to talk to you about these here relationships. I'm just a voice out here crying in the wilderness of these relationship streets, y'all. Just trying to help the world be a better place. So let's get a little housekeeping out of the way. If you are new to Doc Reid, this is the first place that you want to start. I would say that, okay, first, free videos, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you find me at. This is the next thing here. The Forbidden Secrets of the Goodie Box, which your father didn't tell you and your mother didn't know. This is my book. This has a lot of my philosophy in it about dating, about men pursuing women. That is a proper order of things. And you can get it for free on my website, christopherreid.org. That's on the screen somewhere, and download the PDF or the Kindle version. And then as you get indoctrinated into my philosophy, then you can move up the, I guess, the ladder, you know, with the coaching and, you know, get a little bit more serious with it. But we want to take care of that first. So, all right, today we got this topic about women who don't trust men. Yeah. It's kind of hard to have a relationship when you want to be in a relationship, okay, with a man, and you don't trust men at all. How does that happen? Okay, you are conflicted, okay, and many of you have tried to make that work, and it hasn't been that successful. So we want to talk about that today. All right, so why don't you trust men? Good question. Well, for many of you, it started very early. And I would say that your dad had a wonderful role to play in that. Yes, he did. Bless his great, amazing, non-involved, not there heart. Yes. So, and what I mean by that is whether he was physically not available or emotionally, a lot of times physically, he planted this seed, okay, that at an early age, you being a little girl, started to get some kind of understanding that men who say they love you, or you see men, you know, you see TV and you got friends and, you know, it's not matching up, because this guy who's supposed to love me because he's my dad, he's not here. Or he says he's going to do some things and he doesn't follow through on it. And you're like, well, I don't understand why he didn't follow. It's not like you can't follow through on it. So, you know, from the perspective of you being a little girl, it's hard for you to reconcile that. All right. But like I said, a seed has been planted. So with your mom, she has been the benefactor of a lot of that frustration from your dad. So she's very hurt. She's very wounded. So she passes that, you know, attitude on to you, specifically as it relates to your father or just men in general. You can't trust him. Man ain't no good. You know, you got to have your own. You can't depend on no man. You know, all this kind of stuff. And so as you hear this bitterness, okay, that comes out of your mom, you're like, wow, okay, I got my dad who's not here, and he's not doing the things that he's supposed to do, or I would want him to do. I want to be daddy's little girl, okay? And then mom she brings out the shotgun with it, and she just blasts it away. So dad plants the seed, mom waters it. So one cannot really blame you when you come out here and you're dating and you're guarded, okay? Many of you have heard me talk about, you know, women who are guarded. And so when you are guarded, I always say that, you know, you're not, a person isn't guilty until proven innocent, but they're definitely guilty in your eyes, okay? You're just looking for the evidence, okay? So that we can really just send this home and we can convict, get you doing a life sentence in my mind, and then we can move on. All right, so one cannot blame me for that. They might not necessarily understand per se, but if they, you know, realize how you came up in the environment that you came up in, then they would kind of like get it. So as you do grow up, you start to date because you want a relationship. You want somebody who's there for you. You yearn for this, you know, even though on one hand you say, well, my trust meter is, you know, there's still that part of you that yearns for this place of safety. There's that part of you that yearns for the relationship where somebody has your back. There's that place in you that yearns for you not having to do it all yourself. All right. So it's kind of like, maybe you're not the one to jump into the pool, you know, in the 12 feet, you know, emotionally into this relationship, but you will get up to the edge just a little bit. You know, you might stick your pinky toe in, all right, just to see if the water's fine or not, because it's hot. It's hot out here. It's a lot going on, a lot on your shoulders, and we want some relief, right? You want some relief. So that's kind of how you approach the relationships. And so as you get involved in relationships, now keep in mind, the sum total of your tutelage was dad not being there and your mom telling you that men ain't, okay? So that's about the extent of it. You might have caught a few episodes of The Cosby Show or something like that. But, you know, just from real life experience, you don't have much. So you get out here and you're totally unprepared. So you experience a lot of men lying, a lot of men cheating, being very abusive. So what does this do? All this does is just substantiate what you already felt like you knew anyway. Men ain't nothing. You can't trust them. Okay. And if there were some glimpses of maybe some guys that you didn't see that from, you're kind of like, yeah, right. But just give it a little time. And, you know, ain't nobody really, you know, what they claim they, yeah, I bet he say, you know. And so you may even see couples and, you know, they may appear to be happy, but even though you might not say it, you know, it might not come out your mouth. But there's that side eye kind of, you know how you can do. And so you become a perpetual pessimist. Okay. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? No. Not at all. Can these bones live? Not these bones. And so, like I said, it may not necessarily be what you verbalize, but it is your attitude and it is your belief. Okay. And for you, it's easily justifiable. You know, you can find bad in any good situation. Oh, I know that's right. You know, as it pertains to men. Okay. So to me, the question that begs to be answered or asked is, what if you find a good guy? What if he's really a good guy? Now, based off what we said, what if he's really a good guy? You know, does such a thing exist, right? In your belief? No. But you find a guy or you're dating a guy and he doesn't throw up any really red flags, you know, not the stereotypical red flags, but you still, you know, you're still there with it. So the wonderful thing about this particular belief system that no man can be trusted, men ain't nothing, is that you're going to plant some evidence. You're going to find something. Okay. I mean, have you ever seen a man tie both his shoestrings? Don't that seem weird? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I just never really, you know, seen a guy put on a coat in the winter. You know what I mean? Not the way he does. You know what I'm saying? Because he zips it up funny, you know? And so that may sound ludicrous. That may sound insane. Like, okay, Doc, you really being, okay, you're being silly now. Am I? You know what I mean? Because if you really look at some of the reasons that you give for a guy being suspect, they may not be that same type of, you know, example, but it's the same type of logic. Okay? Because when you have a belief system, life has to line up with that belief system. Okay? Just scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, you know, so is he. No, a woman. Okay, so life is going to have to line up with that. But my challenge that I would give to you is that if this is your belief system, if you have been indoctrinated with this belief system that men are nothing, which is contrary to really what you ultimately would like to have, right? Is a good, wholesome, solid relationship. Then you're going to have to realize the truth. And this truth will make you free. Okay. And the truth is the what's required, or the truth that you need to know in different situations can be different depending upon what lie you've chosen to believe. And in this instance, we see how the lie was planted, okay, at a very early age. Because as a child, what do you know? I mean, I trust adults because these are the people that are supposed to give me insight. All right. These are the people that, especially your parents. All right. They're the ones that are supposed to give you this sense of guidance. And if they, in their sense of being misguided, get you off, then, So, but in this instance, you really have to understand that not every man is bad. Okay. Not every man is bad. And when you change this, well, first of all, when I say change this, I'm not even trying to sell this like, oh, you're just going to magically, no, because you didn't get this overnight. And, that old part of you that has been feeding you this, this tape recorder or tape recording that you have been listening to for years, it's not going to want to just, oh, you're doing something new now? Okay, well, fine. We'll pack up, we'll leave, and, I'm saying, no, don't worry about it. We'll let ourselves out. We're good. No, it's not going to just happen like that. You got to do this on purpose, okay? Because the enemy, yes, there is an enemy who comes to kill, steal, and destroy, okay? So if you ask yourself, what lie have you been believing? What lie have you been believing? What part of your belief system is built on a lie? Okay. And whatever it is, it doesn't really matter, because when we believe a lie, it takes us and it derails us. So we're no longer going in the direction of the promised land. We're no longer going in the direction of freedom. We're no longer going in the direction of peace. Peace of mind, which is priceless, by the way. We're going backwards. Okay. In the sense, we're going backwards towards bondage. All right. Now, this killing, stealing, and destroying, what is it going to kill, steal, and destroy? Your dreams. Okay. Your hopes. Hopes deferred make the heart sad. Right. So that's going to make you depressed. It's going to make you sad. It's going to make you have this sense of being a pessimist. All right. And so while the enemy is sitting there, that's my best enemy imitation. I didn't like it, though. I think I could do better. But anyway, while the enemy is laughing at the fact that you are totally misguided, all right, because the enemy knows once you start to really get on your path, once you come into the truth and knowing that you will be free, there ain't nothing that can hold you back. You can experience blissful relationships, understanding that that's for you. Okay, but if I can make you think a good thing is bad, then you won't even approach it. Oh, no. You ever try to get somebody to eat something or do something that you know is in their best interest, but they like, no, I won't do it. Like some of your parents, because they didn't got up in age and then they stuck in their ways like, no. Well, mama, come on now. I mean, getting on the airplane, if these things don't, I'm not riding no plane. I'm just trying to, now they would prefer to get in a car and it's going to take them 30 years, okay, to get from A to B, as opposed to getting on a plane, and be there, whatever the thing is. But sometimes that's how we are, because, hey, their belief system is airplanes, they're bad. All right. So if this is you, if the shoe fits, if you're guarded, first of all, there's no shame. There's no shame. There's no judgment. Everybody's got something that they've had to deal with or whatever. We don't want to get caught up on that. We don't want to get caught up into why this and why that. But the thing is that we want to get clarification on is, what are you going to do from here? Now what? You guarded. You just heard how I broke it down. You know that this shoe is really fitting. This stiletto is fitting your foot. Okay. Now what are you going to do? Okay. Are you going to face the giants in the land? Okay. Are you going to say, who is an uncircumcised Philistine that thinks he's going to threaten, God or whatever God has established? Or, are you going to walk out in boldness and power? Or are you going to say, Reverend, they tall. I'm not, nope, I ain't going to be able to do it. They're giants in the land, preacher. Which direction, which direction are you going to go? Now, I can tell you, I don't even have to know you to know this about you, that you are great, powerful, awesome enough to do the very thing that has terrified you. Okay. You can do all things through, Christ, where you get your strength. Okay, let's remember that. And you're made in his image and likeness. Okay. And if we start with this truth and this belief system, now we start with a little swagger, like, wait a minute, let me stretch my, yeah. Okay. It can start to feel good to me. And, get you a good support system under you. All right. I would say that, for me, and I come out here every week and I'm encouraging you to do something, believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, get at me. It's what I do. Many of you have, I've helped many of you, are helping many of you. But if I haven't helped you and you know that you need to reach out to me, or I've been meaning to do it, I ain't got around to it, you need to stop and hit me up. Okay. Free 30-minute consult. You know the drill. Okay, we chop it up, find out what's going on, and then we get crack-a-lacking on the coaching. Okay, or whether it's one-on-one, group, or whatever the case may be. Now I do have something that I'm going to be starting, brand new. It's going to be a group coaching community, $9.99. When I unveil this thing, it's going to be crazy, but. So anyway, listen, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna get out of here, but seriously, real talk. If you are struggling with that is being guarded is just not it's not a place of peace. It's not to walk around and you always, paranoid, and you're walking in fear. You're just continually walking in fear. Now, it may not feel weird. It may not feel all that crazy. It may not feel wrong, so to speak, because you're so used to it. But I can guarantee you that there's life on the other side of that. If you feel like you have life abundantly now, okay, you ain't seen nothing yet. You start working on shaking that fear, and colors will start to take on new meaning. You'll see things in a way you've never seen it before. And I'm not trying to say that, oh, it's 1, 2, 3, turn around 3 times. I'm not selling that. I'm selling that if you're willing to do the work, seriously, and it's worth it. It is, trust me, it's worth it. But if you're willing to do it, okay, face the boogeyman, then you can have that peace that surpasses all understanding. That's talked about in the scriptures. Anyway, listen, I gotta go. I hope that you have a great day and a great rest of the week. So take care.